What's the most disgusting thing someone said to you? I was a junior in college when this guy Lucas from my sociology class asked me out. He wasn't the hottest guy or anything, but he made people laugh during group discussions and seemed genuinely interested in getting to know me. We had been DMing back and forth for like 2 weeks, sharing music and just random stuff. I spent hours getting ready for our date, curled my hair with my roommate's curling iron, took forever to pick out a dress, and even wore my mom's vintage earrings that she gave me for good luck. We went to this Italian place near campus called Mario's that had decent reviews online. The date was honestly just okay. Lucas talked about himself a lot, kept checking his phone every few minutes, and ordered for both of us without asking what I wanted. But I tried to stay positive because maybe he was just nervous, right? He did pay for the whole meal and walked me halfway back to my dorm before saying he had to meet some friends. 2 days later, I was in the library waiting for my study group to show up when I heard this familiar laugh coming from the table behind me. I recognized Lucas's voice immediately, and he was talking pretty loud to his buddies about something. At first, I wasn't really listening because I was trying to focus on my notes for our upcoming psychology exam, but then I heard him say my name, and I froze. He was literally retelling our entire date in detail, making fun of everything I did. Dude, she wore so much makeup I thought she was going to prom or something. Kept asking me these deep philosophical questions like we were in therapy session. It was honestly painful to sit through. His friend laughed and asked, "Why'd you even bother taking her out then, man?" And that's when Lucas said the line that made my stomach completely drop and made me want to throw up right there in the library. Bro, it was for charity. Our frat does this Take a Lonely Girl Out challenge every semester to see who can score the most points. I picked the weird quiet chick from sociology because she seemed like easy prey. It's basically community service, we get points for it. I just sat there frozen in my chair pretending to read my textbook while my ears were burning and my hands were literally shaking. They weren't even trying to be quiet about it. In fact, one of his friends walked right past my table, looked directly at me and said, "Nice earrings by the way, Sophie," with this nasty smirk. I grabbed my stuff and basically ran to the bathroom where I cried for almost an hour. I felt so stupid and used and embarrassed. I kept thinking about how I spent so much time getting ready, how excited I was, how I even texted my mom about having a good first date. I ended up skipping sociology class for the next 2 weeks because I couldn't handle seeing Lucas's face. My confidence was completely destroyed. I stopped wearing makeup, stopped dressing up for anything, and turned down every guy who asked me out for over a year. But here's the thing that really gets me. About a month later, I found out from my roommate that their frat doesn't even have a Take a Lonely Girl Out challenge. She knew some guys in that frat and they had never heard of anything like that. Lucas had literally made up this whole elaborate lie just to make himself sound cooler to his friends. So not only did he use me as a joke, but he couldn't even be honest about why he did it. He had to create some fake fraternity challenge to justify being a complete piece of garbage to someone who actually liked him. The worst part is, I saw him at graduation 2 years later, and he had the nerve to wave at me like we were old friends or something. I just ignored him, but part of me wanted to walk over and tell him exactly what I thought of his little charity case story.